Hello everyone. Today I want to discuss a topic that is near and dear to me, and that is the home shopping process, or actually finding your home. I made a video earlier about the actual home buying process itself, from the time that you get under contract to actually closing and being able to move in on your home. But I want to really dive deep into how do I make an offer? How do I find the right home? How do I work with my agent? How do I get pre-approved? And what are some of the best practices for really setting yourself up for success? So the first thing I wanted to discuss, and I briefly went over this in my last video as well, that is actually getting your pre-approval. So when I recommend a lender for a pre-approval, there are several things that go into it. First, you want to find a local lender. Those are always preferred versus big box brands like Veterans United or USAA. And the reason I recommend local lenders is that they have a lot of intimate knowledge of the market. And a lot of the times, if you have a great local lender, they're going to have relationships with those agents that are local to your area. And it's really going to look favorable for you if you're submitting an offer. If, let's say, you're working with a listing agent, for example, and the listing agent knows the lender that you're working with, and they know they write good approvals, they know it's going to be a smooth experience, that's really going to give you a leg up. And typically they can beat out big box lenders on interest rates and fees and everything else. And they're just a lot easier to work with. So I have a local lender here that is my go-to, and she helps with like 95% of my clients. So if you're not in El Paso and you're not working with me, or if you're looking at a different area, I recommend just talking to your realtor and asking what a good local lender they recommend is, because these local lenders are really going to help you get your offers accepted, and they're really going to help you find a great home and get like the best financing possible. Okay, so now moving on to the actual home shopping process. The home shopping process is really important because how you interact with your realtor is key. So communication is key. That's something I like to say. So for example, when I'm dealing with my clients, I tell them, if you're busy, or if you see a house that you really enjoy, or you really want to look at or possibly write an offer on it, just communicate that with your agent. I tell my clients best way to reach me is text. I'll have a lot of clients that want an email, but I tell them text is really my preferred method because I can see it right then and there. If I'm out on the go somewhere getting some videos of some other houses, I can try to see if I can quickly get into that house. So it's really important. Obviously, you want to work with a realtor that is timely and able to get into places pretty quickly. But just communication. So send a text, or find out what your preferred method of communication is. That's going to be the easiest for you and your realtor. And then as far as getting into houses, a general rule of thumb I like to tell my clients is I can get into houses usually within 24 hours, and I try to get into them as soon as possible, but sometimes the sellers will have restrictions for showings, or maybe they're only allowing showings on the weekends, for example. But I tell my clients, hey, just give me 24 hours. If there's a place that we really like, again, communication, just let us know. And basically how I work is that I get into the house as quickly as I can. So if there's a place that you really like, you can always write an offer on it. And if we go to the house, for example, and like, okay, you know what, it's not like the pictures. The pictures are really deceiving. We actually ended up like not liking the neighborhood or the area. We can always resend the offer. This is especially important if I'm getting a video for someone who's out of town and they're not actually able to look at the homes in person. So especially in a market that's more competitive, it's important to be very quick with your offers. And as far as the actual offer process goes, so we have houses picked out. We've been viewing homes. You're sending them. We're talking. We're communicating effectively. We're looking at houses. Now we're ready to make an offer. And the whole process for making an offer is fairly simple. So we have our pre-approval letter already, or pre-qual letter, and now we're ready to make an offer. So what I do when I make an offer, and I'm sure it's similar for other realtors as well, is I first talk to the listing agent. I find out, hey, do you have any other offers? What is the situation? When are you guys presenting the offers? Just to kind of really get a feel. Does the seller want a particular closing date? Stuff like that. So I get that intelligence first. And then basically what I'll do after that is I'll go and pull up what are called comparable properties. I'll do a comparative market analysis. The comparative market analysis will give me a guide as far as price per square foot, I think, of what I think the property is worth. And then using all those two pieces of intelligence, I will contact the clients and then I'll ask them, hey, what do you guys think? I recommend this price with these terms. I've talked to the seller. I have all the intelligence of what they're looking for. I have all the comps right here. And that's really what we use to make an offer. And then as far as making an offer, basically it's a very simple process. I just type it up on my computer. And if you're out of town, we can talk on the phone. And I like to review all the portions of the offer. It's very important that you understand the contract and like what you're signing for. So I make sure to review every step of the process with you. And then if you're out of town, you can electronically sign. If you want to meet up and discuss an offer, we can do that as well. If you're here in El Paso or in person. But typically most of my clients will do electronic if they're overseas or if they're PCSing from somewhere else. But it's very important just to get your offer submitted as quickly as possible so you can e-sign it. And now basically what happens is once our offer is submitted, if the seller is say going over property or going over offers on, let's say Sunday or Saturday, then that's kind of, we can usually expect to receive news like the following day. So if they're going over offers on Sunday, for example, typically the seller is going to want to have time to review it and make their decision, maybe contact a few people, see if they're still interested or if we can polish up our offer a little bit. But typically, like if they're reviewing offers on Sunday, we're going to have an answer on Monday. So that's what I tell my clients, just to have a little patience with that. But yes, this is basically the whole process in a nutshell. So once we have an accepted offer back, that's when we start our whole process of actually closing on the home that I discussed in that separate video. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Be happy to answer anything. If you need help in El Paso or if you're looking in a different area, I know a lot of great local realtors that can help you. So feel free to reach out to me for a recommendation as well. Thank you.